The fight Muhammad Ali refused to win. Muhammad Ali walks into a Chicago hotel room at 3 a.m., January 1967. His manager is waiting, holding a briefcase with $50,000 cash. Says, "Just take the fall in the 7th round. Nobody gets hurt, you walk away rich." What happens in the next 48 hours doesn't just cost Ali everything he owns. It reveals the one thing money can never buy. And it starts with 3 words Ali learned from a man who wasn't even a boxer. Chicago, January 14, 1967, to 47 a.m., the Ambassador East Hotel, Route 812. Ali can't sleep. Tomorrow he fights Ernie Terrell. To WBA Heavyweight Championship, 20,000 people at the Chicago Coliseum. Millions watching on closed-circuit television across America. But that's not why he can't sleep. 3 hours ago, his manager knocked on his door. Came in with 2 men Ali didn't recognize. Expensive suits, cold eyes, men who make offers you can't refuse. Except Ali is about to refuse. The shorter man opens a briefcase. Stacks of $100 bills, $50,000. In 1967, that's worth over $450,000 today. More money than Ali's ever seen in one place. The man says, "7th round, you go down. Stay down." Terrell wins. Everyone goes home happy. Ali stares at the money. His hands rest on his knees. He's 25 years old. The most famous athlete in the world. But he's also broke, not metaphorically broke, actually broke. 3 months ago, he refused induction into the US Army, refused to go to Vietnam. Said those 5 words that change everything. "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." The backlash was immediate, vicious. They stripped him of his boxing license in New York. Illinois still lets him fight, but barely. His endorsement deals vanished overnight. Coca-Cola, Wheaties, Chesterfield cigarettes all gone. Radio stations stopped playing his records. Television shows canceled his appearances. He has a wife, a baby daughter, bills piling up, legal fees mounting. The government is coming after him. Federal prosecutors want to send him to prison for 5 years. $50,000 would solve everything. For a few months, at least, Ali looks at the money, then at the man. Says, "Get out." The man smiles. Not a friendly smile. Says, "You sure about that, champ? You know what's coming. They're going to take everything from you. Your title, your freedom, everything." Ali stands up, says again, slower this time, "Get out." After they leave, Ali sits alone in the dark. He thinks about Malcolm X. Malcolm died 2 years ago, assassinated. But before he died, he taught Ali something nobody else could. Malcolm didn't teach Ali how to fight. Malcolm taught Ali why to fight. Ali remembers a conversation. Harlem, 1964, a small restaurant, the 2 of them in a back booth, away from cameras, away from crowds. Malcolm said, "They're going to offer you everything, brother, money, fame, comfort. All you have to do is be quiet. Be the kind of Negro they want you to be. Smile, dance, entertain them." Ali asked, "What if I don't want to be that?" Malcolm looked at him, said, "Then you become dangerous. Because a black man who can't be bought is a black man who can't be controlled. And they can't allow that. They'll try to destroy you." Ali said, "So what do I do?" Malcolm smiled, said 3 words, "Stand on principle." Ali asked, "Even if it costs me everything?" Malcolm said, "Especially then. Because that's when principle means something. Anyone can have principles when it's convenient. The question is, what do you stand for when standing costs you everything?" Now, alone in this hotel room, those 3 words echo, stand on principle. The fight happens the next night, 20,000 people screaming. Ernie Terrell is 6'6", 212 pounds. Reach advantage, smart fighter, dangerous. But before the opening bell, Terrell makes a mistake. At the weigh-in, a reporter asks Terrell what he thinks about Ali refusing to go to Vietnam. Terrell says, "I think Cassius Clay should serve his country like everyone else." Cassius Clay, the name Ali rejected when he became Muslim, the name white America still uses because they refuse to respect his choice. Ali's eyes go cold. He points at Terrell, says, "What's my name?" "You know my name, say it." Terrell smirks. Says, I know you as Cassius Clay. Ollie says quietly, you're going to pay for that. The bell rings, round 1. Ollie doesn't knock Terrell out, doesn't go for a quick finish. Does something worse, he tortures him, for 15 rounds. Every time Ollie lands a combination, he screams, what's my name? Jab, jab, right hand, what's my name? Hook to the body, uppercut. What's my name? Terrell's face swells. His left eye closes completely. Blood streams from his nose. But Ollie doesn't let him fall. Keeps him up, keeps punishing him. The crowd boos. They want Ollie to finish it, and the brutality, but Ollie won't. This isn't about winning. This is about respect. This is about principle. He could have taken $50,000 and thrown this fight. Instead, he's making a statement. I cannot be bought. I will not compromise. You will respect my name. You will respect my beliefs. Round 15, the final round. Terrell can barely see, can barely stand. But he's still on his feet. Ollie wins unanimous decision. 30 points ahead on all 3 scorecards. Total domination. After the fight, reporters ask Ollie why he didn't knock Terrell out, why he prolonged the beating. Ollie says, he knew my name. He just wouldn't say it. I wanted the whole world to hear him say it, but he was too stubborn, like America. Too stubborn to give a black man the respect he deserves. 2 months later, the consequences arrive. April 28, 1967, Houston, Texas, Armed Forces Examining and Entrance Station. Ollie's draft notice is final. He must report for induction. His lawyers beg him to reconsider. Say, you don't have to fight. Just put on the uniform, do desk duty. Teach boxing to soldiers, you'll be a hero. You'll keep your title. Keep your freedom. Ollie says, no. They ask, why not? Ollie says, because that would be a lie. I believe this war is wrong. I believe killing Vietnamese people is wrong. I can't pretend otherwise. Not for money, not for freedom, not for anything. He walks into that building knowing what's waiting. They call his name. Cassius Clay, step forward. Ollie doesn't move, stays seated, silent. They call again. Cassius Clay, step forward. Ollie doesn't move. 26 times they call his name. 26 times he refuses. Within hours, they strip him of his heavyweight title. The title he won from Sonny Liston, the title he defended 9 times, gone. They revoke his boxing license, not just in Texas, in every state. He can't fight anywhere in America. They indict him on federal charges. Maximum sentence, 5 years in prison, $10,000 fine. He loses everything. His income drops to 0. He sells his house, sells his car, borrows money from friends just to pay rent. Can't get work, can't fight, becomes a pariah. For 3.5 years, Muhammad Ali, the heavyweight champion of the world, the most famous athlete alive, doesn't fight once. Prime of his career, ages 25 to 28, the years when a boxer is at his absolute peak, stolen. His friends abandoned him. Malcolm is already dead. Martin Luther King Jr. supports him publicly, but privately keeps distance to controversial. Other black athletes stay quiet. Jim Brown stands with him. Bill Russell stands with him. But most don't. Too risky. White America hates him. Black America is divided. The Muslims support him, but even some of them think he's going too far. Ollie is alone. 3 years into his exile, Ollie gives a speech at a small college in Pennsylvania. Maybe 200 students, mostly white. He expects hostility. A young man raises his hand, says, Mr. Ollie, do you regret your decision? If you could go back, would you do it differently? Ollie thinks. Everyone leans forward, waiting. Ollie says, every day, I think about what I lost. My title, my prime years, my freedom, my reputation. I think about the $50,000 they offered me to throw that fight against Terrell. I think about all the money I could have made if I'd just shut up and fought. If I'd just gone to Vietnam and smiled for the cameras. He pauses, but then I think about something Malcolm taught me. He said, a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. I stood for something. And yeah, I fell. Lost everything. But I didn't fall because I was weak. I fell because I stood. The room is silent. You want to know if I regret it? Here's what I know. In 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, People won't remember my record. Won't remember how many times I defended my title. They'll remember whether I stood for something real. Whether I had the courage to lose everything for what I believed. One student starts clapping, then another, then the whole room. So no, I don't regret it, because the fight in the ring, that's temporary. The fight for principle, that lasts forever. One student starts clapping, then another, then the whole room, standing ovation. These kids, white kids at a college in Pennsylvania, understand what America isn't yet. That Ali isn't a draft dodger, he's a revolutionary. And revolutions don't happen without sacrifice. The Supreme Court overturns Ali's conviction. 8-0 decision. He's free. His license is restored. October 1974, Kinshasa, Zaire, the rumble in the jungle. George Foreman, the most feared puncher in boxing history, hasn't lost in 40 fights. 37 knockouts. He demolished Joe Frazier, the man who beat Ali in 2 rounds. Everyone expects Foreman to kill Ali. Ali is 32, past his prime. 7 years since his peak, he's slower, older, hasn't had a real challenge in years. Round 1. Ali does something nobody expects. Instead of dancing, moving, using his speed, he leans against the ropes. Lets Foreman hit him, absorbs punishment. Round after round, his corner screams, "Get off the ropes!" But Ali stays, takes punches to the body, to the arms, covering up, letting Foreman exhaust himself. It's called rope-a-dope. Ali invented it. He's letting Foreman punch himself out. Betting that his conditioning built during those 3.5 years of exile, when he couldn't fight but never stopped training, will outlast Foreman's power. Round 8. Foreman is exhausted, arms heavy, breathing hard. Ali sees the opening, comes off the ropes. Right hand, left hook, right hand. Foreman stumbles. Another combination. Foreman falls. The count reaches 10. Muhammad Ali, at 32, 7 years past his prime, reclaims the heavyweight championship of the world. After the fight, a reporter asks Ali how he did it. How he survived 3.5 years of exile, came back, and beat the most dangerous fighter on the planet. Ali says, "When they took my title in 1967, they thought they took my power, but they didn't understand. My power was never in my fists, it was in my principles." You can take a man's title. You can take his money. You can take his freedom. But if he stands on principle, you can't take his power. Because power built on principle can't be destroyed, it can only grow. He pauses. George Foreman is strong, but I spent 7 years getting stronger in a way he can't understand. Every time I refused that money, every time I said no to compromise, every time I stood when they wanted me to kneel, I got stronger. Not physically, spiritually, and spiritual strength, that's the kind that lasts. Today, Muhammad Ali is remembered as the greatest boxer of all time, but that's not why he matters. He matters because in 1967, when they put $50,000 on a table and told him to throw a fight, he said no. He matters because when they told him to go to Vietnam, to kill people he had no quarrel with, he said no. He matters because when they stripped him of his title, his license, his freedom, when they took everything, he still said no. Stand on principle. 3 words from Malcolm X that cost Ali 7 years of his prime but built a legacy that will last forever. Here's the question Malcolm would ask you. What are you willing to lose for what you believe? Because everyone has principles when it's convenient. When standing up costs nothing, when agreement comes easy. But what about when they put $50,000 on the table? What about when they threaten your career, your reputation, your freedom? What about when standing on principle costs you everything? That's when you find out who you really are. That's when principle becomes power. Muhammad Ali showed us that a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. But a man who stands on principle, that man cannot be broken, cannot be bought, cannot be defeated, because the fight in the ring is temporary. But the fight for principle, that lasts forever. What's the price of your principles, and are you willing to pay it?